So right now, we are in the ghost town of Spectre. It's an abandoned town where they shot the movie Big Fish. So this is it's a ghost town, but it's also a movie set. So all the buildings here are facades, meaning if you go inside, there won't be anything, except for a few houses like the mayor's house, which they actually filmed a scene in. We're gonna go walk down this long dirt road to get to the town now. These trees right here are all that's left of the enchanted forest. There used to be a ton of them out there, but these are the only two left, and they make this cool little arch right here. And these trees, if you go up to them, you can actually see that they're styrofoam. They're like, you know, hollow and styrofoam just on the outside, so they're probably light and easy to move around. So when you first get here, you see a bunch of houses lined up next to each other. This one right here is one of the prop houses that was never actually filmed in. Let's go check it out. The outside of these houses is made to look real. You only really need to have the outside looking good. It's all painted up and made to look like real wood. The door actually looks pretty good as well. But behind it, you can just see there's just wood behind a thing of glass, so you can't actually see what's in it. Lots of extra plywood. You can see how thin the walls are in here as well. Cardboard, plaster. It's meant to look like the inside of a building. And these are what the rest of the walls look like. It's just a hollowed out house, basically. The ceiling is just, you know, the bare minimum structure that you need to get by. See on the floor all the material that they use for this. It's like a styrofoam. You use styrofoam to make it look like some wood walls in here. It's pretty funny. It's just a movie set in here. What's cool though is that they actually have a fireplace that goes up to the roof and up to the chimney. So it's kind of realistic. It's very hollow. I doubt it was ever used. I always wonder how much money it takes to construct this house just like this, with like the bare minimum, nothing else inside. You can see where the chimney comes up out there. It's supposedly where the smoke is supposed to come out of this house, just to make it look really good. The shingles on here are also very cool and old style as well. Here's another house we're going into. This one, if you go into it, doesn't even look like it's fully finished. They really don't even need the floor in this one. This one's like super bare minimum. You can see the chimney up there has started to decay. And it's coming down a little bit. It is actual rock though. If you feel it, you can feel it. It's like actual hard rock. And so I'm guessing all the materials on the outside they paid premium price for just to make it look as good as it is, movie quality. On the back you can even see there's black trash bags coming out of this. This is obviously something you would not see in the movie because they just did not care about this part. So this must be how the grass stays short in here. They just have a ton of goats eating all the grass in this town. This one I think is by far my favorite house. It's got a little porch right here with nice windows. It looks unreal. It actually smells like a barn in here. Like it smells like there's manure. I like this door though. It's a nicely painted door. You can see they really don't do more than they need to. This right here is the top of the door, and they painted just right up to the top of the door. They just spray painted that on to look like old wood. So this right here is the only actual house that they used to film in. You can tell because of the nice wood in here, the nice windows as well. So you remember those goats that I was telling you about earlier? Well, they live in here. You see this goat right here? This is the goat's house. The church is the goat's house, and they're not too friendly. This is the abandoned ghost town of the set Big Fish, which I'm sure you've heard me say a million times now. But this is just such a cool location. You can actually hear the goats down here underneath. The goats living underneath this church. It's pretty funny. They're the ones who take care of all the grass around here. It's so nice to see that it's actually preserved and no one has come and like done a bunch of graffiti or vandalized this place. And it's just like a nice little quiet place out in the middle of the woods. It's surrounded by water. It's like very peaceful out here. And I really hope that it stays like this. This is what surrounds the whole town. It's just a peaceful little lake out in the middle of nowhere.